Good morning. The last class we started with the new lesson in chemistry, matter around us. I hope everyone remember and understood what all we discussed in the last class. Last class we discussed about matter and classification of matter, and then mixture and types of mixture. That is, it comes under the classification of matter. So what is matter? Do you remember what is matter? Anything that has mass and occupies space, we call it as matter. And we classified them. How it was classified? Pure and impure substance. Pure substances are element and compound. Impure substances are mixture. Can anyone define element? An element contains atoms of same kind, and when these elements, two or more elements combined in a fixed ratio by mass, it is called as a compound. And we saw the difference between element and compound, and then we saw the definition of mixture, which is our impure substance, and then we saw the types of mixture, homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. So in today's class we are going to see how to separate these mixture. For example, salt and water, that is salt dissolved in water is an example for homogeneous mixture, which is a mixture of salt and water. I want to separate salt from water, means what technique I will use? I will use evaporation. And sand in water is a heterogeneous mixture. I want to separate them, each of them. How will I do? I will use filtration or decantation. I will do the simple techniques to separate them. So we will move on to the topic. Before moving into the topic, we need to understand the importance of separation. So why it is so important to have different separating techniques? For example, let me say like this: will you have a cup of tea without filtering the tea leaves? No, you will use a filter to filter the tea leaves after making a tea. Yes or no? And you have rice with small stones while eating? No. What your mother will do in order to remove the stones? She will hand pick them. Hand picking is also one of the separating technique. Or she will use a siever to sieve the dust particles or any fine granules which is present inside the flours or in the rice. Yes or no? So all these you would have studied in your lower class. So today here we are going to discuss more advanced techniques when both solids or liquids get mixed up, means how will you separate, or two liquids get mixed up, means how will I separate, or solid and liquid how to separate. We will see them in detail. So we have different types of separation techniques. We have sublimation to separate solid mixture, centrifugation to separate solid liquid, solvent extraction to separate immiscible solid liquid. Immiscible means they don't get mixed up. Simple and fractional distillation to separate liquid mixtures which are miscible. Miscible means what? They get mixed up. Chromatography to separate soluble solid in liquid based on their solubility. Not soluble solids alone, sometimes liquid mixtures also we will use to separate this many mixtures using chromatography.